I'm really attached to Archie. And he's like,
It might work.
yeah, and I'm still here around, so it's not. I'm still doing everything.
I guess so.
I don't see everybody. It's just the fact that we are graduating late. Tears, but I take classes.
All right, guys, I want to do a couple problems that give people the most trouble in this first section of homework. Oh, hey, perfect time. You want to? We are going to go by there also.
Oh, sweet. That
But-
means I'll have guests.
All right, this is Mark from the Math Study Center. Just going to say a few words.
And I do see some familiar faces. Just quick questions, kind of my routine. I work in the math lab. Is there anyone here not aware that we have a math lab? Okay, we do. So that'll lead into my follow-up question about is there anyone not aware where it is? And I would assume that's the case. No worries, it's all good. I hope to remedy that. So if you guys go into the tech mall, the side where the computers are, if you walk around to the side, you'll see a series of doors with numbers on them. And we will be in room 113, okay? And my hours for the winter session is going to be from 11:15 till 3:30, basically any day that you guys have class. During the fall and the spring, our hours are a lot more lucrative, but there's a reduction in classes, so there's a reduction of hours. Make sense? So if you guys, ever have questions, problems with homework, or just studying, feel free to stop in. Bring your book, your notes, and we can talk through some concepts and through some ideas, and hopefully get you guys beyond whatever stuck points you're at. Are there any questions?
I'm sorry, what were the hours again?
They're 11:15 to 3:30. And it'll just be me in there, so if you don't see me, then we're probably closed. Yeah. But I would say, if you forget, there's no harm in stopping by and just checking, right?
Yeah.
Mark, do you have a copy of the book I use, the yellow book?
Yes, we
Good.
do. Yeah.
And they have computers in this center, so you can pull up the book on the computer.
Okay. Are they going to be doing stuff online, or?
Well, some of them, it's a free online book.
Yeah.
They can get a hard copy of it if they want.
Okay,
to.
excellent. Yeah. So we have copies of the books and calculators that you guys can check out. So there's really no excuses if you guys forgot stuff at home. We got you.
I'm sorry, what room is it in again?
It should be room 113.
7113,
Yeah.
in the tech. We'll be going by there.
Awesomeness.
Yeah.
Then I can say hi to all you guys again.
Not every day? Friday?
It's every day that you guys have class. So last time I checked, you guys don't have class Friday?
We did.
You do? Okay, my bad. Then I'm not in there on Fridays, just Monday through Thursday.
Are you still doing that program where you have to enroll online to be able to access it like a computer
No.
No. Yeah, there's certain, some of the lower math classes, just because of the way they do things in administration or whatever, they have that. But yeah, once you're here, I'll have you, log in like you normally do with your ID or whatever, but you don't have to do anything extra. Awesome.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
I got that on. By the way, Mark, I might have you sign a waiver. I had you on videotape there. I forgot I was recording that. So
Oh,
I don't think you said anything questionable, so you're good.
okay. Yeah, I waived my rights anyways.
Oh, good. All right. Fantastic. I'm gonna edit the hell out of that.
What else?
Thanks, Mark. So when you're enrolled in 160, you'll be in the computer system. So when you swipe your ID, it'll say 160 on the screen. Yeah. We'll talk about a lot more about the details of how it works when we actually walk in there. Cool. Okay. All right. Any other questions about that while it's still in the air? Yes.
So, to correct our homework or tests or quiz questions? Can we use
Totally.
that lab?
Please. And you can come see me.
All right.
Before you actually turn the damn thing in, you can say, how does this look? And I'll say, well, this one needs work. So I really don't understand the people that get 0 points back
Right.
for corrections, and that happens. It's like, all you just did was waste my time. Thanks. So you got all kinds of help. Probably don't only trust the person that made the mistake in the first place. Namely you, right? Go get some help. That's the whole point of it. I like it. So yeah, totally. You can use the tutoring center for that. All right, so let's get into this. I want to look at some of the first problems in the homework. I'm not going to put it on there. Just to remind you guys, population and sample are pretty straightforward, hopefully. How does the parameter relate? What's the parameter again? What about the population?
Numerical representation.
Beautiful. I like it. Numerical representation or description of the population. Statistic is same damn thing except for the sample, right? That's a quick way to say that. I like it. I don't know if some of you guys picked up, see the last two questions this problem asks. It asks you to identify the population, the sample, the parameter, the statistic, the variable, and the data. The variable is related to the, who remembers? The question. So you think about, what would I ask the people in my sample? What would the question be? That's the variable. The data would be the answers they give. Right? So for this problem it says give examples. So when you go to answer the data, you would give examples. If it's number of hours you work out a week, example 7 hours, 2 hours, 0 hours, whatever. Right? Negative hours, because I do the opposite of work out. So let's try one of these together. Let's try 42. This is the one about working out. It says a fitness center is interested in the mean amount of time a client exercises in the center each week. Real quick, the word mean, average. The word mean is another word for average, right? Math people, we like 4-letter words starting with M. So we just say, let's call it mean. To be honest, the word average is more general than we think. When we say average in English, we actually are referencing the mean. There are other averages. So the word mean just makes it more specific. So, what would the population be for this problem? Yeah, the fitness centers, be more specific. All of their clients. I love it. All of the fitness center clients. I like it. Would you say all of the clients that work out at the center?
No.
What's wrong with that? Because there are crazy people paying money to fitness centers and they don't go. You would think so? We want all of the fitness center clients, because some of the answers might be 0. 0 hours a week, right? Or they're probably lying. That's what I want. The sample. So what would the sample be? They don't give me like a sample, but what would your sample be? Is that a good enough sample?
No.
But why do they say it like this? The mean amount of time a client exercises. So if I get a group of clients, I can find the mean time that a client exercises. So
Or wouldn't it also be that?
if I had 30 clients, how would you calculate the average amount of time they work out?
You take the first, and then you add
How do you find the average of 30 numbers? Add them all up, divide by 30. Now real quick, if 30 people had a total of $60, what does that reduce to? What is it? 2. 2 what? Per person. Okay, cool. So, this is, I'm making a big deal of it. When they say a client, they mean find the average, and that would be per client. So if I have 30 clients, I take my sample. Divided by 30, that would be per 1 client. Because the bottom would become 1. But I like what you're saying, but does that make sense? So once you take an average, now it's per 1 thing. I like it. Okay, and that's why you get the weird 2.5 kids per family. And you're like, I don't want to go to that house. What's that 0.5? Is it half something else? Is he like phasing in and out of the valley? I don't know. But that's because it's just an average, right? All right. So the sample here, you can either say something like they pick 80 clients from their center at random, or you can just say some of the clients of the fitness center. Do you guys see that? So I understand why that would be confusing. They don't give me a sample. You just have to kind of come up in words what the sample would be. It would be a subgroup of all the clients. You could even say that. That would make me have a little tear come out. What would the parameter be? And again, we know parameter references. So what do you have to reference? The population, and you've already written down what the population is. So what would the parameter be?
Whatever the statistics are.
Good, yeah. It would be the average or the mean amount of time that all clients of the center work out. Do you guys see that? Do you see how to piece together what the definition is with how to answer this kind of question? I never ask you a straight definition. I don't say, define parameter. No. I say, what is the parameter? If you know the definition, then you can figure out how to word it together, piece it together. Is everybody cool with that? So the parameter is the mean amount of time that all clients of the center work out. What would the statistic be?
Same percent.
Same thing with the sample. You say the mean amount of time the clients in our sample work out. Right? So if you said I picked 80 clients, and you say the mean amount of clients the mean amount of hours a week that the 80 clients I picked work out. You reference your sample. How are we doing here? Is that decent? And then what about the variable? So what are you thinking here? You pick your clients. Here's a client right there. The variable is related to the question I'm going to ask. And what would you ask the person? The number of hours per week you work out. I love it. So that's the variable. Is that cool? I mean, remember, variable is question, because questions have many different answers. They could have variables have many different values they could have. That's why we call it the variable. And what could the data be? Like I already said, 0 hours, 8 hours, 28 hours. I live there. Anybody go to the gym workout? And every time you go, do you see certain people that are always there?
Yeah.
They freak me out. I'm like, there's one guy who is always, and I'm like, what's the chances we just happen to both go at the same time? Very low. So this dude is just always there. I'm like, what? All right, okay, so what I want you guys to do. Can anybody see that okay? Every way back there? I want you guys to do number 40. Let's do 45. 45. 44 is a homework problem. So do 45. And if you want to check with people near you, you can. So answer all the same questions. What's the population, the sample, the parameter, the statistic, the variable, and the data. Let me put that up here.